Hey guys, today we're going to talk about my favorite tools for outsourcing for photographers. There's so much out there, and we also have so much on our plates that we have to do. And outsourcing is a really great way to make sure that you're focusing your time on revenue generating activities to make the biggest impact in your business. So let's get started. You want to make sure you're using the right tools and services to streamline your outsourcing to ensure the tasks are completed efficiently and to your standards. So let's get into what I prefer to use. So the first tool I want to talk about is a CRM or a client management system. If you are just starting out in your photography business, HoneyBook is a great option to use. I have been using HoneyBook since I started my business. Last year, we switched over to Tave because it's a more robust system, which is better for us having a team of photographers. If you have a team of photographers and are shooting multiple events in a week, I highly recommend Tave because it's easier to automate. It doesn't break as easily, and there's more things you can do with it. It's definitely a tricky system. I highly recommend having somebody set it up for you. I personally had Carrie Morby set mine up, but there are plenty of other people out there who can do this as well. If you are just starting your business, HoneyBook is a great option. It's pretty user friendly. I do recommend still having somebody set it up just because there are so many things that you can do with it, and having a system set up, just make sure that nothing's broken and everything's set up right. Highly recommend Jen Bays and her team at Success Beyond the Lens for that situation. The next thing I would recommend is making sure you have a efficient image delivery and client gallery system. I personally use PicTime. It is my favorite that I've had so far. There's definitely some downfalls to it, but it's a pretty good system. I've used PixieSet in the past, also good, but there aren't as when I was using it, there weren't as many options for online gallery for selling in your online gallery. CloudSpot is another great one as well that I highly recommend. The next thing that I recommend is having a professional editor or an editing system to help speed things up for you. We personally have an editor on our staff, so that helps us get things done quicker, but we also use Aftershoot. Aftershoot is a great program that helps you call and do initial edits on your photos. It's not 100% accurate, but it does get things very close, and we just go in, make final adjustments, and then export it. I highly recommend Aftershoot. I will add my affiliate link in the description here as well. And I believe you get a discount or free certain number of photos edited using that. Aftershoot has been great for us. We have used Imagen in the past. Aftershoot just worked better for us overall, but that's just a personal preference. You can try both to see if they work. If you do extensive editing, like a lot of hand done work, I highly recommend finding an editor that you can work with regularly because you're probably going to need something more than Aftershoot or Imagen. Like I said, we have an editor that works on staff with us, but we also occasionally outsource things if I know it's going to take her a lot longer than it would be to use RetouchUp to fix something quick for us. The next thing I would recommend is if you have a lot of admin work to do, hiring somebody from Upwork or even onlinejobs.ph, they're great resources for having fantastic virtual assistants or studio manager type positions. Having a studio manager is great for answering emails, sending out galleries to vendors, scheduling calls, things like that. I highly recommend it if you have like a higher capacity or doing higher volume. That works really well. I wouldn't survive without our studio manager. She saves my life on a regular basis. So if you are running a team of photographers, I highly recommend having a studio manager, especially so she can assign photographers, assign second shooters, get galleries sent to vendors, things like that. It's really helpful for us to make sure that everything's running smoothly. Another tool I highly recommend is using a social media management system, whether it's like Later or Hootsuite or Planoly, or even if it's just using the Meta Business Suite in their planner in there. They've had a planner in there for the last 2-ish years or so, and I highly recommend using some sort of planning system so you're not having to go in every day to schedule your posts. It's a lot of work and you have to remember to do it. Obviously, going in and interacting with people every day is important, but that I feel like that's always easier to do than making sure you have all your content done for the day. Personally, what we do is we schedule it at the beginning of the week and have it done for the week or 2 weeks out. That way we don't have to worry about it and it's done from there. The next and last outsourcing program that I highly recommend using is somebody for designing albums and album sales, things like that. Personally, I love using Storybook. It is a great company that helps with the whole process of selling products, whether it's albums or wall art, things like that. They're going to work with your clients from beginning to end. They're a great company. Their owners are phenomenal and they're photographers themselves, so they get how this works. So I highly recommend using Storybook Design Co. At home sales, or if you're just looking to get a few things off your plate. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I will be releasing a list soon that has all of my outsourcing tips and all of my time-saving tips for photographers very shortly. Stay tuned for that. And if you haven't joined our Facebook group, I will be posting it in there. So be sure you do. It's facebook.com/group/Bloom and Forage Media. I'll also put it in the description. If you guys need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks.